This is The Wheel Weaves, a Wheel of Time podcast with no spoilers. Hey everyone, I'm your host Annie, and I'm the first-time reader going through this series chapter by chapter. As always, there's no spoilers past the chapter we're covering, and that means it's totally safe for first-time readers. I'm joined by my co-host Brett, who's a longtime fan, and he's guiding me on this journey. We'd like to thank and acknowledge our executive producers, Brandy Nairn Kirkwood, Sean McGuire, Yanis, Albert Lorenzo, Light Blinded Fool, Davis Ferreira, and Kristen Gilreath. And before we get into things today, we just want to thank Jared Berg for increasing his pledge to become our newest producer-level patron. Jared joins the ranks of Passion Socks, Cody Feltz, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Margaret, Jonathan Haz, Adam, Hannah Green, Lance Barden, Elsbeth Ahola, and Marta Thier. So thank you so much for your generosity and your support. We really, truly appreciate it and couldn't do this without you. In this episode, we're talking about chapters 31 and 32 of Winter's Heart.
Yeah, so chapter 31 is What the Aelfinn Said, and chapter 32 is A Portion of Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
Things probably didn't go the way you thought they were going to go.
Yeah, I know, but I also wasn't totally surprised either.
Okay.
Like, it wasn't like, oh my god, things are going wrong, I can't believe it.
It's pretty hilarious.
It's pretty,
I love it.
It's like everything that could go wrong goes wrong,
mm-hmm.
and then other things you don't even really...
And they go wrong too.
It's a whole thing.
Oh yeah,
handled with grace. I feel like we are really revving up to the end of this book.
Well, I mean, yeah, there's literally 3 chapters after tonight.
I know. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah, and since it seems like we're gonna be leaving Farmatting soon, I figured
Ebou Dar and Farmatting. We're all leaving. We're on the
way out. Okay, I figured it was a good time to do a Farmatting from the Watt Origins fun fact.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm loving this book.
Well, it's kind of interesting.
We're going to have Michael Livingston on somehow.
To give me explanations, because this one that explained the Farmatting, like where it came from, just opened up more questions than it answered. So I had to do a little bit of digging.
Okay.
And I have more answers.
Shoot, I hate when that happens.
It was pretty interesting. Okay, so here we go. Farmatting is described by RJ as the only true matriarchy in the lot. So we get a little bit more description of Farmatting and the culture. It's very women-centric, right? They're clearly in charge of everything in Farmatting. But apparently Farmatting is based on Thomas Hardy's 1874 romance called Far from the Matting Crowd.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
So it was a book, and apparently, according to a British newspaper, it's number 10 on the list of the greatest love stories of all time. Of all time, yeah.
Maybe I should read it.
Well, it's been adapted into a play, an opera, a movie, there's a musical adaptation, so there's a whole bunch of stuff. Far from the Matting Crowd. So that's where the name comes from. And then apparently, the peace bonding of the weapons that happens in the Watt series is probably a nod to the laws of a city or town called Tombstone, which was in the territory of Arizona, and it's back from like the Wild West days. And the peace bonding is an integral part of the famous, quote, shootout at the OK Corral. So apparently, there's like a super famous shootout.
There is, yep.
Yeah, and I don't know anything about that stuff.
Well, let me tell you, a shootout involves people.
That's true.
And guns.
Yeah, you're right.
And
so
they shoot each other out.
That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I had to do a little bit of digging because I just had to figure, like, okay, peace bonding in, like, Arizona in the 1800s, and then also giant shootout that's, like, apparently super famous. So, yeah, here we go. But, just like everything else, apparently, there's controversy about this incident.
Of course.
All right, so, a little bit of background. Tombstone is a historic city in Arizona. It was founded in 1879. It was one of the last boom towns in the American frontier. So local mines basically took the population from 100 people to about 14,000 within 7 years. So huge explosion of population. Now, there's this thing called the gunfight at the OK Corral. So it was a 30-second shootout between lawmen led by Virgil Earp, along with his 2 younger brothers, Morgan and Wyatt
Earp. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
And temporary policeman Doc Holliday, and a group of outlaws called the Cowboys that occurred at about 3 p.m. on Wednesday, October 26, 1881.
Specific, okay.
Yeah, so it's generally regarded as the most famous shootout in the history of the American Old West, And Wyatt Earp is often erroneously regarded as the central figure in the shootout. Now, I've heard of Wyatt Earp, but I don't know anything. I know the name.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Anyways. So, the OK Corral, you might be thinking, what is that? It was a horse corral, and you might be thinking, what's a horse corral? So, it's like a horse pen. It's a building called the Old Kindersley Corral. But the funny part is, even though it's called the gunfight at the OK Corral, the gunfight technically didn't take place within or next to the building itself. There was not really a lot of follow-up for why it's called that. But anyways.
I feel like we're really meandering away from formatting.
We are.
Okay.
But here's the thing. According to the Smithsonian, the laws of Tombstone at the time, it required visitors upon entering the town to disarm and either give their weapons at the hotel or the lawman's office, and the whole shootout with Wyatt Earp and the Cowboys started because they didn't turn their weapons in.
Okay.
So, a little bit of a nod to Rand's incident in Farmatting.
Right.
There you go.
Okay.
That's why I said more questions than answers with the explanation.
Here we are.
But there we go.
Yeah. You know, I bet other people will tell us who Wyatt Earp is.
Oh, I'm sure.
Anyway, let's get into it.
Yeah.
So last time we were here, we were witnessing Matt's whole escape and rescue plan getting underway.
Yeah, it was starting.
It certainly was.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the chapter after this one, chapter 32, pertains to Rand.
Okay.
So before that chapter, I'll do Rand's...
Okay, where was he?
Where was he? Now, chapter 31 is called What the Aelfinn Said, which could either be very obvious or very exciting. Like one or the other.
Okay.
Or, like, I mean, not that it wasn't exciting,
yeah.
but it could have been very unpredictable. Like I think I even said, Moraine shows up and tells us what the Aelfinn said or something, right?
Yeah,
or maybe, I was really wild speculating, really hoping for my predictions to come true. However, the Aelfinn said the most predictable thing that we already know that they said.
Yeah.
It's the daughter of the Nine Moons.
This is the thing.
That's the thing.
This is the thing.
It came out. It finally comes out.
It does.
Here we are. The chapter symbol's the wheel and snake because go pattern go.
Yeah. All right.
So we enter in a map perspective. We're continuing with the get the fuck out of Ebou Dar plan.
With everyone, hopefully.
Matt is going with Egyanin, Rena, Seta, and Damin to the demonic kennels.
Yes.
And apparently he's not supposed to be going with them. He's supposed to be going to get everything he wants to leave the city with.
Yes. This is not part of the plan.
Yeah.
So
I'm wondering how much time elapsed. You know, if he here actually went to the room, got his stuff and left, would Tylin have already been there? Or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or would he have missed her?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, those are all good questions. Mm-hmm. It's part of the pattern, though.
It absolutely, absolutely is.
Okay.
So he's going with them anyway because he has a small errand to run, and it's no big deal. Because Egyanin's like, "What are you doing?"
Well, it's really funny because Matt just last chapter got mad at Egyanin for changing the plan, but it's like Matt's also changed the plan.
Yeah, but not for him. For him, he's in keeping with his own plans. He just didn't tell anybody what his plans were.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay,
right?
It's part of the secret Matt plan, not not the shared Matt plan.
That's right.
Okay.
And Egyanin is not so happy.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So we get up to the kennels and everyone is relieved that nobody's here. It's quiet. Everyone's sleeping.
Things go really well at the beginning.
Yeah. We're going okay. So everyone except Matt heads off down the hall to get the people they're here for.
Yes.
Tesla and the other one.
Yeah.
Edicina.
Yeah.
And Edison. Tesla and Edison.
Boom.
They're coming.
Did it.
So they're going to go get them. Matt heads into a different room that he thinks holds one of the sea folk demonic.
He's hoping that's the one that he remembered, that he visited, maybe.
That's right. So he finds the Windfinder, wakes her up, and then he asks her what she would do if he took the collar off her neck.
Good
question.
And
I go, go, Matt.
Yes.
Go, Matt, go. This is great.
Also, like, be careful. This is very dangerous territory.
I love her gusto.
Yeah.
However.
Yeah, we should be wary. It might make the plan go totally wrong.
Also,
yeah.
I'm all for helping them escape, and once they're escaped, they can come up with how they're getting out of here.
Yeah, fair.
That's pretty much what's happening here.
I mean, it's really funny because like things go well, then they don't go well, and they kind of go well at the very end. Maybe.
And it seems like it's okay.
we're not out of Ebou Dar yet.
We're not.
We're very much in the middle of Ebou Dar still.
Okay, we'll get there. You're so excited to jump ahead. Hold on.
I know.
So, here we are. She says, I would free my sisters and the light willing. We would cross the harbor to somehow get our people and get out of here.
Yeah, and take back the ships and fight our way to the sea, and we'll do it. Yeah.
Like, how are you gonna do that?
Channeling everywhere, all at once. All the windfinders, all at once, while everyone's sleeping. Or sneakily.
Yeah, I would hope sneakily. Except
Okay.
she's like, fight our way back. We're gonna fight and rally.
Yeah.
I was so close to breaking, and maybe you're tricking me, but now I'm never gonna give in.
Yeah. Okay, let's do it.
And Matt's like, okay, cool, but wait 3 hours, okay?
Yeah, right. Wait till I'm gone. Wait till I'm gone before you blow things up.
And she's like, deal. Here's my spit on my hand to touch your spit on your hand.
Yeah, let's touch hands. Let's rub our spit hands together. It's great.
It's so gross.
It's my second least favorite next to the blood. Yeah. Don't share blood.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
Yeah, the spit's kind of gross, and we're definitely not washing our hands anytime soon.
No, we don't.
But,
basically ever.
Is what it is.
I've never seen a reference to the hand washing, really.
No.
I've seen, like, dry hand washing, where
Dry
you're just, like,
hand
rubbing
washing,
your hands together.
yes, which is suspicious.
Mm-hmm, right.
Yes.
For reasons.
Yes.
Okay.
Because one of the Forsaken was doing
Yeah,
it. That's why.
yeah.
But other than that.
Yeah.
Anyway.
And he does it. He pops the...
Yeah.
Pops it off. Here we go.
And she's like, you're such a great man. And he's like, no, I'm just a gambler. And
Which
it's
is
like,
funny.
nah.
Matt's
you're
the gambler,
such a
though.
good man. It's so good.
But he is very literally the gambler. That's part of what the Aelfinn said.
It's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
And so he does go the extra step to making sure she knows how to take the collars off.
Smart.
So that she can go around and release everybody else.
Yeah.
In 3 hours, though.
Yes.
Now, Matt slips out of the room quietly and, oh no, excitement.
Oh, things are starting to go wrong, maybe.
Yeah, so he's staring at the back of a woman in a Suldam dress who's facing Egianin and Rena and Teslin.
Yeah,
but
Damon's not
Seta
here. Yeah.
and Edacina and Damon aren't here yet. Now, Matt takes half a step towards her and he's like, okay, I'm gonna overpower her. We're gonna hide the body.
Yeah, what if I get her?
We're gonna get her, snap her neck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Killing people all over the place.
He's like, this might go badly,
we
but I'll
gotta get out
get
of
her.
here. But Egianin catches his eye for half a second before...
like over the shoulder as he's like gonna, I don't know, choke her out or something.
Yeah. And then she says, no, there's no time to waste with changes to my plans. The High Lady Suroth said I could use any damane I wish, and this is the one I want.
Yeah.
And the Durl Suldam is like...
Dur. The Dur prefix means trainer of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know what I said different than that, but...
There was an L in there you snuck in. That's okay. That's fine.
Okay.
Too many L's.
But she's a little confused. She's like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
I guess. However...
Like, Tessie kind of sucks.
She does. She kind of sucks.
Yeah.
She's not fully trained yet.
Not a good damane.
And then Matt just, like, does the
Okay.
slow backing away from this.
Yeah.
And then once he's out of the kennels, he starts running, just booking at full speed until...
It goes badly.
His hip goes out, he crashes into a table, a bass shatters super loud.
And he's like, I gotta get out of here.
But he just, like, keeps moving because he doesn't want to get caught.
Yeah.
So he limps his way back to Tylin's apartments. He gets there, and guess who also is there?
Yeah, well, he gets in and, like, halfway across, and then he notices that the lights are lit, and, oh no, Tylin's here.
Tylin's here.
Yeah.
And she's a bit confused by his entrance.
It's
and
so
he
funny.
tries to play it off like, I didn't expect you back yet.
But in Matt's head, he thinks, of all the things he expected to happen, he didn't expect her back early.
Which is wild, because this is, like, the first thing I thought of happening.
And, like, this isn't early. This is, like, day 10 of the 10-day trip.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's
said,
like day 9, night 9 or something like that.
It's like the night. It's probably around midnight-ish.
Yeah.
Of the 10th.
Yeah.
Like, this is when she might show up.
Yeah. If this was, like, day 3 or something.
Then it'd be surprising.
We're like, oh, we really didn't expect this. But also, have it on in the back of your mind that this is, like, you don't know actually what they're doing out there
no
or
clue.
what their timeline is. Like,
so anyways,
we
he's
didn't
confused.
get a copy of their itinerary.
No. She's confused. We're all confused. But she's here. And, yeah.
Tylin tells him that Suroth apparently learned an army vanished in Morandi.
Yeah, which is really funny.
Because that's Egwene's army.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
And Tylin doesn't know what army or how it could vanish, but apparently it's important enough for Suroth and Tylin to leave everyone behind, jump on a Raken.
Like a small one.
Take your red eye.
Yeah. Exactly.
Just jump on the flight.
It's like a little passenger propeller plane. You're like, oh my god, I'm going to die on this thing.
Yeah. And obviously the pilot, but...
Yeah.
And then they took some horses and rode up from the docks alone, and she went straight to that inn across the square where all the officers are instead of coming here.
Mm-hmm.
So...
Who do you think got to sit in the middle?
What do you mean the middle?
Well, I imagine the Racken. There's like the one person, the driver in the front.
Sure, okay.
And then it had to be Suroth and Tylin. So who had to...
you're imagining that it's actually, like, small enough.
I imagine it's like 1, 2, 3, all in a row.
Okay, like on a horse.
Who has to sit in the middle seat on the plane? Front, yeah.
Yeah. Suroth.
Really? Interesting.
Yeah.
Does Tylin put her hands around?
No, I bet that there's handles.
Okay.
Straps or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I'm more concerned that she's run across to this inn.
The Wandering Woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, Suroth went to the Wandering Woman Inn.
Uh-huh. To look for who and why and how and what actually...
Yeah, because that's where like a bunch of the officers are. So.
Like, is it actually for that an army vanished in Morandi?
Oh my. Okay.
Yeah, it feels...
There's time for more things to go wrong.
It feels bad.
Okay.
I thought by the end of this episode we'd get Suroth showing up here.
Oh,
you
yeah.
know? But that was one we didn't get yet.
Yeah, we got 3
right?
chapters.
Who knows? Okay.
There's still time.
Okay, so Tylin ends up trailing off because she looks at Matt in his green coat.
Super plain,
and
it's not fancy.
Really boring, not fancy at all. And she's like, the trouble with a pet fox is sooner or later it remembers it's a fox.
Right.
And I was like, no, here's the thing. It's always known it's a fox. It just doesn't have thumbs to open the locks on the cage. You've literally kept it caged.
Yeah.
And then you left the cage door open, so it's running away. That's what's happening here.
Yeah.
That's what's actually going on.
Yeah.
But she clearly knows what he's up to. She kisses him, and she's like, that's to show you how much I'll miss you. And then she slaps him and is like, that's for trying to sneak away while I was gone.
So dramatic.
And then Tylin tells him that they can have one last night together, and tomorrow she'll send him on his way. And Matt's like, that's nice, but no, I'm leaving tonight.
Yeah.
Bye.
That's the way it's got to be.
Except, actually, he doesn't say bye.
No.
He says, do you and Besson want to come with me?
He does offer that, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
How are you feeling about that? Just the offer.
I'm thinking that he's very altruistic.
Yeah, okay.
I think that he just, like, couldn't go without offering.
Yeah.
Whether or not he would continue having relations with her after this is separate, I think, from what he's offering here.
That's totally fair.
Yeah.
He is trying to get as many people out as he can.
Yeah, because Tylin is like, no, I don't want to become your pretty, and I didn't know if that was ever on the table.
Yeah.
But she also has no intention of being a refugee. She's the queen of Altara, and she's not abandoning her country now.
Yeah, and she's not going to go traipsing across the countryside with Matt.
No.
So, you know,
okay.
She's buying into the Shanshan stuff, too.
She is. Well, she's basically doing it to just save her own neck and her own...
Yeah, and, like, whether it is or not to help save her country, like, I mean, there could be an argument for that.
And that's her vision of what it means to save her country.
Yeah, I mean, like, not obeying the Shanshan gets you into Thera's position.
Basically,
which is, like...
She's really just, it's more for herself than her country, but however she's choosing to look at it, right?
Yeah, exactly, so...
Okay, so the issue here, though, is that Matt has made sure everyone knew he was leaving, and now that Tylin's come back early, it's probably not going to go over well.
Yeah.
But Tylin's like, okay, here's the plan.
New plan.
I returned and surprised you, and you tied me up, left me under the bed, and when I'm discovered in the morning, I'm going to be so mad at you.
There we go. Outraged.
Yeah.
Outraged, I tell you.
And then...
So it is kind of interesting because with this dynamic that's going on here, we do know that according to Ebou Dar custom, that when a pretty decides to leave, they can leave.
Yeah.
So this is kind of Matt now finally saying, I'm leaving, and her saying, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's been very weird and complicated and messy beforehand.
Yeah.
And maybe it's a little bit more, she's going back to the real customs of Ebou Dar. Maybe just a little bit.
Well, no, I don't think that she ever
like
really...
releasing her, like letting her pretty go when they asked to go.
Yeah, it's not that, though, here.
Okay.
That's not this.
All right.
She's doing something. There's something, but it just...
Well, she's letting him go. She's saying goodbye now.
I don't think that she even has an option with that here. He's like, I'm going. Bye. You know?
Okay.
And then she tries to be like, okay, here's what I'll do to, like, save everybody's face in this situation.
Yeah.
That's what this is.
Okay.
I think. Anyway, so Tylin supervises her own binding.
Yes, she does. She's good at it.
The knots have to be super tight
Yeah.
so she can't escape even by struggling, and it has to be realistic.
Yeah.
And she has to be tied to the bed so she can't wiggle
around.
across the floor to call for help. Plus, she needs a kerchief shoved in her mouth so...
She knows what's up. She's done this before.
Yeah. And now it's time for Matt to leave.
Yeah, here
time
we go.
to go.
Okay.
So off he goes down the hallways, and he knows with all the time he just spent with Tylin, the others should be waiting for him. And then he hears,
Oh, yeah.
so you are intending to leave.
Just when
I
you
can't
think.
allow that, toy.
Yeah, just when you think it was like, okay, the bad part happened,
No,
and then it's like, okay.
I actually was expecting Tuon.
You were to pop up?
Yeah,
Okay.
she's just a pop-upper, isn't she?
Oh, yeah, and like clearly she's been spying.
Yeah, of course.
She knows.
Yeah.
She knows.
Yeah. And especially with the commotion of Suroth coming back, I thought maybe we'd escape the Tuon just showing up because it's literally the middle of the night,
Yeah.
right?
Okay.
But with Suroth coming back and Tylin coming back, obviously there must have been a bit of a stir, I think, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, of all the, like, Tuon is in charge here, so.
No, I know that, but maybe something, like, woke her up, and then she, like, was like, oh, something's happening around here, so she went.
Yeah, okay.
Or she's just, or at all hours of everything, she's spying on Matt.
Just spying.
She just never sleeps.
Yeah. There you go.
Okay.
It's it doesn't matter how or why.
No,
it's just
that's
like
true.
She's
here. Okay. So he thinks if she goes off running, shouting for guards, then he's fucked. So he reaches for her, but she slips away and karate chops his wrist.
Yeah, like
chop,
really
chop.
hard enough to make his wrist go numb, and then sends his spear across the floor.
Yep.
So like she knows what's up.
Yeah, she does. And he thinks that she's gonna run, but instead she just starts full out attacking him with chops and punches.
Yeah.
And so Matt does his best to like fend her off.
And not get his like face broken in.
Yeah. And then she finally stops, and he's still not sure why she isn't calling for help, but he knows she's winding up to kick him.
Yeah, she's like lifting up her like skirt leg or whatever.
And so then Matt leaps at her, but then everything happens because he gets a stab of pain in his knee or something, or his hip.
His hip is...
Okay, yeah, his leg
the
is
wall
bad.
fell on him.
I know.
Yeah.
He's got a bad leg.
Yeah.
Anyway, so he kind of goes down, but then Tuon goes to kick him, but she's hoisted into the air because, who else is
our
here?
Our best friend / ally, Noel. He is here to save the day.
Of course he is.
Yeah, he like bear hugs her from behind and like lifts her up,
know.
and he's got her because she's pretty
Conveniently saving the day again.
Best friend / ally.
He just like wanders around waiting.
Are you telling me you're still suspicious of Noel?
I am 100%. I'm so suspicious of this guy. I have never been more suspicious than anybody. That's not true. I'm really suspicious of a lot of people.
Happened to be coming down the
He's
hall.
on the list. He's on the list of suspicious people.
He has his bags packed because he's leaving.
Here's the list.
Happened.
See the title: Suspicious People.
Noel's at the top.
Noel is on the list.
He's on the list. Okay.
He's on the list.
Okay.
Pretty high up.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we got like Celine.
Sure.
You know.
Sure. Very.
We have Taim.
Sure.
On there for sure.
Okay.
Suspicious people. And then we have Noel.
Right.
Right under there.
Okay.
Super suspicious.
Anyways.
If I had a journal, I would write that down.
Yeah, you were doing the air list. The hypothetical air list. Okay. Anyways, the
Somebody
issue.
messaged me and was like, sent me a link on Amazon.
Yeah.
To just like a journal. And I was like, yeah, no,
That's
I understand that is an easy way to buy a journal.
There you go. You know what would also work as a journal? A scrap piece of paper.
Yeah. But then it's not all nice and neat in one place, you know?
I could fold it in half for you.
I could
fold it in four. You have 4 pages.
Scrapbook.
Scrapbook.
Of
Love it.
all the Post-its and scrap papers. No.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway.
Okay. The issue.
Is holding Tuon.
And Noel wasn't part of the escape plan.
Uh-huh.
Matt didn't tell him, like, hey man, we're all leaving tonight.
I know.
Rude.
He found out.
Yeah, but rude.
Rude of Matt?
Rude of Matt, not you invite the guy into the palace, you gotta get him a bed with your guys.
Yeah. And your guys all know you're leaving.
Yeah.
So like
and
you
like
think
you just
Noel's
like forgot
not
about
gonna
him.
find out. Matt really did think he was, like, protecting him, I think, probably in a way. Not getting him wrapped up in the stuff he was
yeah, okay.
doing.
I can see that.
But suspicious.
Yeah. So, also...
Noel is being suspicious.
By saving Matt's life again. You're welcome. Okay.
Exactly.
Matt shoves her veil in her mouth. The veil is still here.
On her face.
On her face. Well, in her mouth now, so...
Well, and, okay, yep.
There you go.
Yeah, so she can't start shouting. And I'm like, I don't know, everybody. I'm really... not feeling so confident about, I have some cloth in my mouth, so now I can't make noise.
Well, not as loud as,
I suppose.
if there wasn't cloth in your mouth.
Yeah, but it's like a transparent veil with gems in it.
Yeah. I mean, okay,
I don't know.
Fair points.
Whatever.
Fair
okay,
points.
so, no, now she can't shout.
Oh, and Matt's like, she's not cooperating the way Tylin did. It's like, no, man. Different relationship, I guess.
Different.
Yeah.
So Matt and Noel now have a couple quips about Matt's trouble with women.
Well, because Noel's like,
and Tuon is still trying to, break free, and Noel's, just holding on to her.
Yeah.
And Matt uses his neck scarf. He takes it off.
Yeah, he does.
Which is interesting.
Yeah.
Revealing his scar.
Yeah.
Ties it around to keep the gag in her mouth. And, that maybe makes more sense.
Okay.
But he does not know what he's going to do with her now. And so Matt notices that Noel is all packed up like he's leaving too. And then Noel's like, well, I didn't know exactly what you were planning, but it's pretty obvious something's happening and you're leaving, so I'm leaving too.
Yeah, because you got me the room at the palace, and, after you're gone, it might not be very good for me to stay here where,
For someone who knows you.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And,
makes sense.
Good story, Noel.
There we go.
Certainly
okay.
makes sense.
Makes sense. That's the best kind of stories, the ones that make sense.
That's right. And then Matt starts to tie up Tuon like he did Tylin, and Tuon eventually stops thrashing around, but Matt notes she doesn't even look afraid.
Yeah, and he's like, he thinks to himself, I would be afraid in this situation.
Yeah.
If,
so
two people are tying you up. Yeah.
I know. But finally, Julian shows up, because that's the other thing.
Yeah.
Is... Julian and Aginin, everybody was supposed to be here waiting for him.
Yeah.
And nobody was here.
There's a couple delays. Well, Julian explains he had to reconvince Thera to leave.
And then at the sight of Tuon, she's like, oh my god.
Yeah, she
and,
knows exactly who this
floor.
is. So
yeah.
It's all very bad.
Yeah. So after all of that, Julian is like, well, what are we going to do with Tuon?
Yeah. Because at this point, Noel is also thinking that Matt might be planning to kidnap her because he just walked in on this.
Well, yeah. Okay. But Matt just sort of says, I don't know, leave her in the stables? We'll put her up in the hayloft, and she'll be found in the morning.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's fine.
No problem with shoving people under beds. You know what's going to happen.
In haylofts.
Cadsuane's going to come and just, find her way into Ebou Dar and kidnap them. That's what Cadsuane did with Lady Aelfinn and Shalon.
That's true. That's
they were
really
shoved
funny.
under a bed.
They were shoved under a bed after they were tied up. That's really funny. Okay, but then they start hearing some footsteps coming their way, and they all sort of prepare to fight.
Death Watch guards. Ogier.
Yeah, maybe.
Type.
No.
That would be bad.
It's Aginin. She's coming through the doorway a little late, but she has her Tul Suldam and Damani and Domin, and everything seems to be fine.
It's all good, yeah, and she was able to deal with the Dir Suldam, and it's good.
Yeah.
It's good for a half a second here.
If we ignore the tied-up Queen of Altara, and we ignore the tied-up Daughters of the Nine Moons.
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Just don't worry about that. Everything else is it's peachy.
Okay.
That's bad.
Oh, peaches are poison.
Oh, no.
Oh, interesting. Now that means bad.
It's all peachy.
It's all peachy from here.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Yep, there you go.
Just peachy. All right, but then in the middle of Aegyanin catching them up on what's going on, she notices Tuon.
Yeah. Yep.
Bound, gagged, being held.
Oh, it's bad.
It's so bad. And she's like, oh my gosh, she sinks to her knees. And she's like, you crazy person, you madman. It's death by slow torture to lay hands on, drumroll please, the daughter of the frickin' Nine Moons.
Yeah, there we go.
There it is. There it is for
funny.
Matt. It's laid out. And he's like, are you joking?
This is really? Come on.
God. And all the Suldam gasp and sink to their knees.
Yeah. Well, she's literally top. She is the highest ranking person.
That's right.
Here.
Uh-huh.
This is bad to do this.
And then Matt feels like he just got kicked in the belly, and he knows exactly what the Daughter of the Nine Moons is, because the Aelfinn told him the truth, and he knows it to be true.
Yeah, so here we go. We got the...
confirmation?
Yeah, the doorway in, like, book 3.
Yeah.
And this is the first official confirmation of who's who.
The Aelfinn are the snakes.
Snakes, and they're the ones who answer questions.
Okay.
Truthfully.
Got it.
And then the foxes are the Aelfinn, and they grant wishes.
Mm-hmm. Which is backwards than my brain wants to think about, snakes and eels together.
Yeah, it's the best way to remember it.
But they're opposite, actually.
Opposite, yeah.
Opposite land. So, it's Bizarro World.
A little bit.
That's why. Yeah. That's why it's that.
So the funny thing is that you're
How does he know? How does he know they're Aelfinn?
Yeah, that's a good question. So Matt has a lot of memories floating around, so maybe that.
Okay.
But... That's not the tricky part.
The question to ask.
The funny part is that when he was in there, he was supposed to ask 3 questions.
Yeah, and he just kept asking questions.
He kept 6. Yeah. So there's a thing going on. So do you remember what his original 3 questions were?
No.
Okay. So the first question was, should I go home to help my people?
Okay.
And they said, you must go to Ruidian.
Right. You'll die if you don't.
Yeah, he was worried about going back to 2 Rivers.
Yes.
Question 2, he said, why should I? Go to Ruidian.
Yeah.
It's not very good at asking questions.
No, he doesn't understand rule following.
Yeah, and then they said, if you do not go to Ruidian, you will die. And then question 3, he said, why will I die if I do not go to Ruidian? And then the answer is, you will have sidestepped the threat of fate, left your fate to drift on the winds of time, and you will be killed by those who do not want that fate fulfilled.
Okay.
And then Matt does the thing where he asks another question 3 times in succession.
Right.
So he says, what fate, what fate, what fate?
Yeah.
And then they give him 3 answers to his triple question.
Right.
So they say, to marry the daughter of the 9 moons, to die and live again.
I remember that one.
And live once more a part of what was. And he's pretty sure in this thought that he's already done that.
Yes.
And then to give up half the light of the world to save the world.
That's right.
Okay. That's what we do. And then they say, go to Ruidian, son of battles. Go to Ruidian, trickster. Go, gambler, go.
Right.
That's who he is.
Ooh.
There you go. Woo-woo-woo.
That was in book 3? Or, wait, no.
Book 4,
beginning of book 4, right? Yeah. Because book 3, the ending is getting into the Stone of Tyr.
And then they're still there. And
at
so
the
they
beginning
leave at the
of
beginning.
book 4.
And then they go into it.
That's right.
So,
yes. And then that's where he is. He's gone off to Ruidian.
Yeah.
When Nynaeve and Elaine are in Tanchico, meeting Dom and Aegean.
Yeah. So there we go. But that's it. That's the thing.
Okay. So Matt's thinking about the snakes and stuff, and then he says softly, "She is my wife."
That's my wife.
Yeah. It's like, well, not yet.
Yeah.
No, not really, but okay.
Yeah, well, yeah.
And then people hear him say that out loud because Damen makes a choking sound.
Well, they all start freaking out because, you're not even supposed to touch this woman, and now you're like,
you can't say that. You must not say that.
Don't do that.
And Matt's like, why not? She's my wife. Your bloody daughter of the 9 moons is my wife.
Yeah, and he does a 3 thing again.
Oh, yeah.
I always liked it, yeah.
Okay.
It's a numbers thing.
Sure.
There you go. It's official, guys. We did it.
Everyone just stares at Matt, except Julian, who takes his hat off and stares into it.
He's like, oh, no.
His ridiculous hat. I love how Matt just hates this stupid conical hat.
Yeah, it's like a fez, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah.
And Noel just starts laughing softly.
Which is great. This is so funny.
It's so bad. So Aeginin and the Suldam are just looking at Matt like he's crazy. And then Tuon is just staring deadpan at him.
Yeah.
Because it is my theory that she also already got this news.
Ooh, that she's going to get married to someone here.
Remember how she lost it on the Damane because she got her future told.
Didn't like the future.
She didn't like the future.
Yeah.
And I think she found out. And I said this.
Okay.
At the time.
Yeah, you did.
I think she's found out. I think she knows. And I think that's why she's been following him around.
Is that why she's not afraid of the situation either? Yeah. When she probably should be a little bit?
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can marry somebody in a not great situation.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's it doesn't have to be a great...
That's what I was really worried for with Matt.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to be another property type situation and just one bad situation to another.
Yeah, I think way back when we first got that prophecy about Matt marrying the daughter of the 9 moons, at some point you said something like, I think it's going to be some sort of cultural misunderstanding. that like, and it was something like really weird. I was like, I get, like maybe.
What?
But anyways.
like they walked around the well 3 times together,
Right, yeah.
and then she considers them married.
Yeah, and it's like,
and
oh
he's
no,
like, no, this isn't marriage. Like,
too bad,
Yeah.
too bad. We're married now.
Yeah.
And it kind of makes sense too, because the way she does her little smile at the end too.
Yes.
There's a
like
whole lot of
suddenly she knows
what's
a
going
secret.
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, we got to get Solutia in here.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Remember who Solutia is versus who everyone thinks she is.
Solutia is the maid/bodyguard.
She's the secret bodyguard
Yes.
who is in the role of the maid, but
Right.
nobody knows she's a secret bodyguard.
Right.
Which is why Matt's opinion of her is like, whoa, when she comes out and she like freaks out.
She's like, this is crazy. Whatever omens have led us to this, like, we can fix the situation.
Yeah.
We can fix this. Just
Let's
untie her.
yeah. Stay calm. Everyone stay calm.
Yeah, be cool.
Yeah.
Relax. And then Matt's like, hey, calm down. No one's going to hurt you.
Yeah, because he thinks she's just like a maid.
Yeah.
But Solutia knows she's secret bodyguard
like,
to Tuon.
She's like, okay, I will obey you so long as you do not harm my mistress, but if you do, I'll kill you.
Yeah. It's like, okay.
And Matt's like, ugh.
Yeah.
And then Noel finally is like, all right, guys, what's the plan here? What are we doing?
We gotta
now
go.
He's like slithered his way into the plan.
He's coming along now.
Great.
Wait, do you not want Noah to come along?
No, of
Best friend
course
slash...
not. Although, keep our enemies closer, right?
Right.
Keep an eye on them.
Okay.
Although, for Egwene, that whole Halima situation is terrible, and I
Keep them
hate
in
it.
your bed chamber. With
Halima's also on the suspicious persons list.
Is she suspicious? Because like she's a literal known Forsaken.
That's true. Okay.
That's
She's
a little
just
bit
on
different.
the bad guy list. We
Right.
need to be very wary and annoyed.
She's on the list of people
She
we wish...
She was on the suspicious list. Or did we always know?
She literally introduced herself as like, I'm Forsaken. Ah.
I need Egwene to put her on a suspicious list.
She needs a journal.
Yes.
She needs a journal.
Yeah. That's right. Egwene, you think she doesn't have a journal? That girl's a journaler.
Okay.
For sure.
All right.
For sure.
All
For
right.
show. She's a journaler. Okay, but anyway.
Game plan.
Noel, what's the plan? Matt considers everything he knows about Tuon so far.
Yep. Because now he knows, that's my wife.
Daughter of the Nine Moons.
Gotta bring her along.
Okay, we're taking them with us.
Yep.
And then that's when Tuon shows an expression of a smile.
She knows a secret.
A little knowing smile.
Okay.
And she's just like cool with being
Well,
taken
so,
at this point.
So here's the thing. The Shanshan and Tuon are super omen-centric. So if she saw, maybe not 3 porpoises beside the ship, but like if she saw...
Stick to your course or whatever, that's what she's doing right now?
Well,
That's the
maybe
omen?
she saw some omens and she's like, if the omen says do this, then like I'm just going to go with it.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're super into omens. Like way too much.
I did see 3 ants on the sidewalk.
Okay, and
Yeah.
what does it mean?
Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
What does it mean? That's the question.
Yeah.
It means go with the one who's kidnapping you,
Who
who also wants to marry you.
Could be your husband, or maybe it already has. They're married. Matt already said it.
It's hard to say. I just need her to take her dumb veil off at this point.
Never gonna happen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, that's the end of this chapter.
Yeah.
I
Do you like it?
do.
Okay, good.
But
Yeah.
I really hope we have some sort of conclusion this book.
Okay, fair. Of like getting out of Ebou
Getting
Dar?
out of
Okay.
or getting stopped and not making it out.
Okay.
I don't care what it is, honestly.
Yeah.
I mean, I do. I want us to get out.
Yeah.
However,
You've rolled around like everyone escapes but Matt, and now
I
Matt's
have.
like,
Yes.
you know.
But this works too, because I was just trying to figure out a way that he is with Tuon at some point.
For sure.
Right? And so this works. This is fine. I just need this not to be the end of
Okay.
Matt's perspective for the book.
Okay.
That will drive me crazy. That will break my brain.
Okay.
If this is the end of Matt's perspective.
You know that after we're done this book in like 3 chapters, you can just like start the next book,
Yes.
basically.
No. Oh yeah. Oh
Well, I mean,
yeah.
like we
see.
just keep rolling.
I was gonna say no. I read 2 chapters. I have
It's
to
not like
stop.
you have to wait a
and then
year
there's
and a half
one chapter.
for the next one to come
No,
out.
I know that, but it irks me. You know.
I get it.
I
Okay.
just need some
A
finality.
sense of completion.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's go and maybe get out of formatting.
Well, not this episode.
Well, next chapter. Yeah, we're almost.
I don't know.
Maybe tomorrow.
I think this whole Rand thing needs to get wrapped up, right?
Well, he can go...
let's get into it.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. Let's take a quick break and we'll come right back. Okay, and we're back for chapter 32.
Yeah, here we go.
Now, last time we were with Rand, he was hanging out in Formatting.
Yep.
Sending Alana on missions.
Right.
And pondering over how to make Cadsuane help him without begging.
Yes, okay.
And also wanting to kill the rogue dark friend Ashamin.
Yeah, and doing some throw punching / killing. And
He did do one.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Now, we've somehow been able to avoid Padden Fane,
okay.
who wants to kill Rand, who was clearly in the city and can just sneak around and kill people.
Sure.
So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I thought by now we'd kind of have that run-in.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not like Rand's being very sneaky about where he is right now in the city of Formatting.
Okay.
Right?
You're expecting like a Padden Fane Rand
attack. Yeah,
like
I
another
am.
leap out of the
We
fog
know
and slap
Padden
you.
Fane's here.
Yeah.
He has the dagger. Rand is his.
Yeah.
And Rand is not difficult to find.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. No, that's right.
I just thought this...
I didn't know what you...
I thought this was the culmination. I really thought the end of the book was leading up to this Padden Fane kind of situation. And now we've been here for...
A week?
Yeah. And
Over a week?
we're just like, I guess that doesn't matter right now.
Padden Fane is...
Otherwise...
Occupied. I don't know. He's planning.
Okay, whatever. Chapter 32, A Portion of Wisdom.
Mm-hmm.
And the chapter symbol is the weird formatting symbol.
Yeah. Hand and sword.
Yeah. Now we're in our Rand perspective, and he's at some inn called the Golden Wheel.
It's a good one.
And he's asking questions of serving men who really don't want to be answering his questions.
Mm-hmm. But hey, he has drawings.
He has drawings. I know.
There you go.
There you go. There's the confirmation that yes.
Or no one can recognize him because it's a really bad drawing.
They're
and Rand
stick
just thinks
figures. They're literally stick figures.
Have you seen this man?
Yeah.
They're like, I don't know,
man.
man. Go away now. Because no one answers his questions, so maybe the drawing is really comically terrible.
Yeah, I don't think that's it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, one of these serving people was like, yeah, I think that's him. It looks like him. And then Rand buys some mulled wine so he can keep asking his questions and hang out until this guy who maybe sort of looks like
Torval. Yeah. Is a patron here, maybe. Yeah. I like to imagine the drawings as like caricatures. Yeah. Makes it a lot of fun. So like maybe that's
funny.
him. It's like a prominent forehead. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think that they're pretty nice sketches.
Okay. I like my idea better. But
I know that. I know you like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. But then we get an update that it's been more than a week.
Right.
Since he killed Rochade and Kisman. Well, since he killed Rochade and Rand thinks Kisman got away.
Yeah, so he's still under the assumption that Kisman is alive.
And maybe still here.
Well, his entire list is off, too, because according to the Darfur and Asherman...
Darshiva is on
it. But he is just gone. He's AWOL.
Yes,
so.
Yeah, or dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So really there's just two. There's Gedwyn and Torval, who are potentially here.
Oh, you know what? Gedwyn, Torval, and Rochade were also on the suspicious people list.
True. And you were right about that.
I was,
okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. To be fair, I'm mostly right when I'm suspicious of people, except for Narum.
Okay, hold up.
Narum,
I'm pretty sure everybody has at some point... Tom, Marilyn, I'm pretty sure was on the suspicious list back in the Eye of the World. And Padden Fane was not. Because Padden Fane was dead under the wagon, and Tom Marilyn was the suspicious guy. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, you made my wine come out my nose.
Yeah,
that was really funny.
It's great.
Okay. So, it's not all these,
Your suspicious list is sometimes accurate. Like 30% maybe.
No, I would say way more.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
I have good intuition most of the time.
Yeah.
It's off
That's
sometimes.
The asterisk, though.
Okay.
Anyways, it's been a week and a half or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, and he's got basically no response from showing his drawings.
And neither have the women. That's fine.
Oh, yeah, and Lan also, we find out later, is also going out trying to find these guys.
Everybody's trying, it's not doing so well. It's like, they're probably not even here.
Then we find out that the women actually are not doing what...
Well, also, like, if you're the Dark Friend Asherman and two of your guys just die immediately, are you sticking around? To, like, try and kill Rand still?
Maybe it depends what your orders are.
Depends what your orders are, okay.
Yeah. Now, Rand makes his way to a corner table and listens in on some conversations as he passes by the people here.
Yeah.
And this is a huge Robert Jordan writing flex.
There is some good stuff here.
Yeah. The descriptions of the people.
Yeah.
And the actual writing of the people telling of events that they believe to be true.
I love it. It's good.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
So fill us in. What's the summary?
All right,
yeah.
Don't worry about Andor, because it'll never come to actual fighting. So probably in reference to Elaine's campaign for mayor.
That's
right.
right.
Fine.
Mm-hmm.
And then this one is... this one's interesting. I heard the body was all black and swollen, and the councils ordered it burned. So that has to be Kismet.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's a whole conversation about, like, oh, is there a plague in the city? But if there was, then the councils would probably have announced it. But that's for sure the Kismet
There
thing.
is a plague in the city, and his name is Padme.
Good one. Okay. Now, the next news is Mirandi is very unsettled, Roadran is building an army, and there's Aes Sedai involved. And we saw the Roadran stuff with Talmanis and Egwene.
Yeah.
Right? And that's fine. And then the new news is that the Stone of Tyr is under siege.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't know about this one really.
Yeah.
But it doesn't sound too bad from Rand's thoughts on it.
Well, also,
he literally just sent
rumors,
Alanna.
right?
Yeah. There's also like the side note about, oh, again, the Rand being captured, not captured, Aes Sedai, whatever. Like that stuff that always comes up too.
Right. Now, I do have a question about this Alanna and Tyr stuff.
Okay.
Because most of this information is stuff Rand's already heard before, and the stone under attack is not really new. He's kind of heard that before.
Yeah.
But he knows Alanna has already hopped from Farmatting to somewhere north.
And that's probably
Cairhien.
Yeah, based on the map.
And then much further southeast, which is probably Tyr.
Yeah.
Since he just sent her on this mission to deal with all that stuff with the
Yeah.
other sisters. But, like, I'm confused.
Yeah.
And you didn't correct me.
Okay.
When I was asking you about it last time.
Yeah.
Because it was like, if I'm still here in Farmatting when you're done, then come on back. And I was like, well, that's stupid. Is she going on this mission to Tyr? Or was her mission, I thought, was to just hop on over to Cairhien, give the mission, and then come back?
So I didn't correct you because it's not actually clear from Rand's orders what the actual mission was.
Yeah.
It sounded from Rand saying, like, go
tell them.
Send the 4 of them. So it was Marana, Rafaela, Bera, and Phaedron, because those are the ones who are tied to him.
You can trust, yeah.
Yeah, send them to Tyr, and then you can come back. But we don't know how that went down when Alanna went there to talk to them.
I guess maybe he assumes she went with them.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe she got roped into going down and actually doing it. Like,
so, my prediction is the Stone of Tyr is under siege.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, really?
Yes. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because
we know there's
Rand
rebels.
Rand is so quick to, like, brush it off. It makes me just want to think the opposite.
Well, because he's like, oh, the Stone of Tyr hasn't fallen except for when I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, arrogant asshole.
And then he's got a bunch of Aes Sedai dealing with stuff.
And just because the Stone of Tyr is under siege doesn't mean it's falling.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. So people are trying, and we'll see.
Well, and he just sent Darlin there and stuff, too.
Exactly,
so.
which might also be a problem.
Okay.
People don't want there to be one king.
So Tyr, bad situation.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it's a sticky situation.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay. So Rand then watches a guy come in who is not who he's looking for.
Again, yeah, there's like a bunch of people.
Yeah, and then this is when we learn he's searching for Torval. And it's a whole thing.
Yeah.
We also get Luce Theron ranting about leaving the city and having a madman in his head.
Right.
And also it sucks being here because we can't touch the power.
Yes, which is going to be relevant in like the next little tidbit here.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay. So Rand thinks about how Nynaeve and Olivia have been leaving the city to search the countryside.
Secretly, maybe, but not really.
And he thinks they've been doing it to be able to feel the source while they're outside of the Guardian's range.
Yep.
And Rand thinks that he has to stay in the city so he can kill the men who tried to kill him.
Yes.
But I love my boy Luce Theron
Yeah,
here.
he's like, bullshit. Yeah, you liar.
Bullshit. That's right. Because he's like, no, you're just afraid.
Yeah.
You're afraid of the sickness. I'm in your head. I know, man. I know your thoughts.
So this is a very important phrasing for what he's doing here, too. Because what is Rand's mission? What's he doing?
To go cleanse Sidene.
Yes. So with the two Choden Kal,
The Terangriel.
the big, and those are the access Terangriel to the big statues.
That's right.
So LTT's like, hey, if the sickness takes you while you're trying to use the access Terangriel, it could kill you or worse.
Yeah.
So you're literally stalling because you're afraid to go and try and cleanse the source.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fair.
And, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
But I like how Lews Therin's like, don't be a bitch about it. Like, just go.
It's like, hey, man, you're the one who got us into this mess.
Exactly.
You shut up.
Yeah. And so Rand watches another man come in who is also not Torgal, but sort of could be. And this is probably who that other guy was talking about. So Rand just ends up leaving. Now, it's important to note that it is raining and it is gloomy.
I love that. It makes Varen's story a lot funnier.
Well, Varen, I
love her. Do you love her?
I
love her.
No, I don't love Varen.
That's rude.
I know.
Yeah, same way you don't love Noel.
Oh, no? Are you joking?
He'll grow on you. They're best friends now.
No.
Okay.
I actually admire her a little bit. I like the way that she uses this sort of floopy nature.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like feigned floopiness.
Yes, it is.
People buy it.
And people 100% buy it.
Until they're like, oh, no. Like, LTT thinks Varen, she's like, I'm afraid of her.
Yeah, I know. It's really funny, actually. But, anyway, Rand's walking down the street, and a short woman in a cloak veers towards him and stops, and it's Varen.
There's so much funny stuff in this
chapter.
chapter.
Who apparently got his location from an innkeeper, and her shoes are all soaked through, and now her feet are wet.
Rude.
And it's
Hate
Rand's fault.
Terrible.
Yeah.
Hate it so much.
So Rand is like, hey, did Cadsuane send you? I kept my room at the inn so she could find me.
Yeah.
He doesn't say that. He just thinks
like all the
that.
little things, yeah.
Yeah. And Varen is like, no. Cadsuane is out riding with the girls, and then she goes on this little rant about Olivia and her abilities.
Yeah, and like how it would be nice to have her as a novice, but she's way too old, but she's super open to learning about the power.
But she could never be a novice.
Yeah, but the funny thing is she mentions that Olivia knows how to destroy anything always, however she wants to do it with the power.
Any which way. She can use the power to do any form of blowing things up and using it as a weapon, but she basically can't do anything else.
Yeah, but she's open to learning.
Yeah, okay.
I like it.
Sure.
Do you trust her?
Yep.
You do trust
Olivia? I like her
Olivia.
now, yeah.
You like her now?
Yeah, except that she's going to kill Rand somehow.
Yeah.
Really?
Help him or
help
something.
Him die.
Yeah, right.
Which matters. I think I think semantics matter here. I think phrasing matters.
I agree.
And I think that helping him die is important for the mission.
I like it.
Feels weird to say that, but like, I actually do kind of like her.
Okay.
I like that Nynaeve trusts her, because Nynaeve doesn't trust easily.
Sure, she's got a good sense, right?
Yeah, I'm just reading your face when I'm just
thinking
trying
of people
to figure out
Nynaeve
what's happening.
Nynaeve doesn't trust Moraine.
Moraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, she does not trust an open easily.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's trusting and wants Olivia, and actually somebody who's better than she is or stronger than she is, that's a huge step for Nynaeve. Okay. So, yeah.
Cool.
I'm getting actually a good vibe.
Okay.
From Olivia somehow. Not on suspicious list.
All right. Back to the news Varen has. Because there's news. The Seanchan are invading Ilion.
Oh, shit.
Not technically the city,
no.
But they're like pushing the border and they're building camps. But I mean, Rand stopped the invasion. And the whole conversation she goes on is saying, hey, your whole battle you did against them doesn't matter.
And then Rand is like, oh, fuck.
No.
Like, all that fighting for literally nothing.
Yeah. Well, LTT disagrees with it, though.
I know.
He disagrees with the opinion that the battles don't really change things in the long run. Only, like, they can affect things. And Rand did what he set out to do, which was to stop them from storming in and taking Ilion immediately.
That's true.
Like, they're not attacking, they're fortifying.
Everywhere else, they just stormed in and took the capitals.
Yeah, they're fortifying the border.
Yes.
So, like, I think he did a good job, and I think that...
I know, but from Rand's point of view, like, I get it. I get why it's upsetting.
For sure.
So, now Rand is all triggered, and he feels like he doesn't have any more time to waste, and so he asks Varen if he thinks Cadsuane will talk to him.
Yes.
And if she will pass along a message for him. And so that message is that Rand will be leaving Farmatting tomorrow.
Yep.
And he hopes Cadsuane will come with him as his advisor.
Mm-hmm.
and that he accepts her terms, he apologizes for his behavior in Cairhien,
Yeah.
and he'll do his best to watch his manners in the future.
Yeah, we got Cadsuane's terms back in Path of Daggers.
Okay.
Because Rand originally asked her to be advisor, and she's like, yeah, no.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't want to do that at all.
Yeah.
So, a couple of the terms...
She's playing the long game.
Yeah.
She's playing hardball.
Yep.
She's playing hard to get, and it's working.
It is, yeah. So she's definitely not going to swear any oaths to Rand. That was like one of the conditions. She tells him that she can make a few promises to put his mind at ease, so she expects him to listen, but she won't make him do whatever she wants. She doesn't tolerate anyone lying to her, and she doesn't expect him to tell her everything, but whatever she does is going to be for his own good, not hers or the Tower's.
Right.
So she tried to settle his mind, and then he was a little bit of a, butthead to her. So
yeah, that's fair.
yeah, so she lists off some more rules, and she says you have to be civil to me and my friends and my guests, and that includes not channeling at us,
that's just like her
hold your
grandma
temple.
energy, right?
Yeah, all that stuff. And that's also the same conversation when Cadsuane tells him that Kalendor is flawed because it lacks the buffer that other Sangreal have, so it's safe to use, and then it magnifies the taint, and it induces wildness in the mind, and that's as long as a man is using it, and the only safe way to use Kalendor without risk of killing yourself or trying to do something absolutely insane is to be linked with two women, with one of them guiding the flows.
Okay.
Lots of Kalendor information from Cadsuane.
Right. Okay.
Just like,
I wonder if
yeah.
Rand shared that information with Nynaeve.
Okay.
When he was there with Kalendor. Oh, no. But he was there with the other two.
Yeah,
right?
the Choden Call.
Mm-hmm.
Not Kalendor.
Not Kalendor. Where's Kalendor right now?
Good question.
Anyway, I wonder if that was sort of shared or not shared when he's talking to Nynaeve. Because why would Nynaeve... Okay. Anyway, I'm just thinking, whatever.
Things to think about.
All
right.
So, Varen at this point assumes that Rand has found what he was after here.
Yeah.
Since she figured out that he's looking for something or someone.
Yeah, and it makes sense.
And then she tells Rand to come to the palace tonight. She's sure Cadsuane will be willing to listen.
As long as he's not a fool.
Yes. So Rand heads back to the inn, and Luce Theron says, sometimes that woman frightens me.
Yeah.
And Rand thinks, me too, man.
Yeah, crazy. Hey?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, Rand gets back to the inn. Lan shows up too. They sit down and talk because Lan was also out looking for the men.
Right.
Rand tells him, if I had my hands on them right now, I'd kill them and I'd take my chances on escaping.
Yeah.
But since I don't, basically I can't wait any longer for them to just show up.
So it helps that LTT was like, hey, you're stalling on the whole thing you have to go and do.
Yeah, tough love it is, idiot.
Yeah. You're not paralyzed.
That's right.
Don't you stick that knife in your leg.
Okay, we get it. We know the reference.
All right.
Okay, so Rand is getting a little, I think, paranoid about everything else he's missing while he's just sitting here.
Yeah.
He's used to constantly being either like on the move.
Yeah, and he's sat here for like 2 weeks now almost. So.
Yeah.
And fair. You shouldn't be sitting here trying to kill like two other guys.
Random rogue dark friend Ashaman at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Lan tells him that he can't know everything, and the portion of wisdom lies in knowing that part of what you know is always wrong.
Yeah.
And a portion of courage lies in going on anyways.
There we go.
That's a good quote. I really like it.
Yeah, it is. And I mean, that's the thing. Rand thinks that there's 4 people still, and he's only killed 1.
Yes.
But there's only 2, so even the thing that he knows is wrong.
Let's get to the note.
Oh, yeah.
Let's go. Right. Well, that was my issue, right? I was worried that he was going to kill all 4 and still hang around waiting for Deshiva.
Gotcha.
Right? And so I thought there was going to be that kind of disconnect, but anyway. So Rand asked Lan if he knew the women would be meeting up with Cadsuane.
Yeah, because Varen told him, so he knows that.
Yeah. And Lan's like, yeah.
Yeah, he confirms it.
Yeah, I did. But, can't tell you, man.
Yeah, apparently.
Wife said no.
Yeah, can't tell you, but now that you know, then it's like not coming from me, so that's happening.
However, Nynaeve made a sacrifice for you because Cadsuane basically treats her like garbage.
Right. And Rand thinks, I'm pretty sure she treats everyone like garbage, so is it a sacrifice? Because
just like...
same boat, man.
Same thing.
Yeah.
So Rand and Lan sit in silence until the women come back, And then once they're all together, Rand is like super casual. "Oh, did you enjoy your ride with Cadsuane?"
It's a good play, Rand. You did it.
And then Nynaeve glares at Lan. But then Rand's like, "Varen told me."
Yeah, there's not a lot going on right now.
There's literally nothing happening.
There's like looks back and forth, and Rand gets
He does tell the women that he's asking Cadsuane to be his advisor tonight.
Yeah.
And tomorrow we're all leaving together.
He does say that. And it's funny because Rand also gets like a little feeling emotion from Min through the bond. And he's like, why is her meeting with Cadsuane behind my back my fault?
Yeah.
Well, it's because you're a stubborn bud, so they have to meet with her probably. I don't know.
I don't know.
It's Rand's fault.
It's hard to say.
Yeah.
But there's a bit of a conversation about Cadsuane that happens.
Right.
Because Nynaeve says, she showed me what 2 of my terangrial do. Because all of her jubals, everything she's wearing are all terangrials. Yeah.
Yep, they are.
And she says, "I'll wager those ornaments she wears in her hair are terangrial too, because she recognized mine as soon as she touched them and knew what they did."
And we got a bunch of hints about those little hair.
Yeah, we did. You kind of confirmed that a little bit earlier on.
Yeah, but there's tons of hints.
Because she'll touch her hair.
Yeah.
It is like to feel that other women are channeling.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of tidbits there, so.
Yeah. So Nynaeve explains that her belt or something. No.
Well, the first
not her
one.
belt. Her rings. Is it her rings?
One of the rings, the pale green stone.
Okay.
That's the one that can detect someone channeling Saidar up to 3 miles away if she sets it, and it can detect Saidin too, and it should be able to tell what direction.
But they can't figure that out yet.
And then Nynaeve was like super happy that Cadsuane couldn't figure something out. There's a whole thing with Olivia. She's like, why would you not want to know things? But Nynaeve's like, because she sucks, so it's good when she doesn't know things. So that's fine. So that's one of them, and the less important of the two in this moment, at least.
That's true.
Yeah.
Because the important one is the belt
Yep.
is something called a well.
Yeah, it's literally a well.
Basically a barrel full of Saidar.
Yeah.
So it's not that much, but it can be refilled.
Yeah. It's enough to do stuff.
Which means Nynaeve can literally channel here in Farmatting.
Yep.
Because she doesn't have to draw from the source.
Yeah, she pulls it from the well. And then she
belt.
brushes Rand's face with air to show him.
Yeah.
So it's really funny. So you'll remember when Cadsuane and Varen went off in their little meeting and there was no echoing going on from the conversation.
Okay.
When they were in the Guardian.
Yes.
And I pointed out there's like 3 conversations with echoes.
Sure.
And then Cadsuane and Varen went off to the side and it was like very specifically no echoing.
Okay.
Because Cadsuane has a well.
Ah, one of her jubals in her hair?
She did an eavesdropping ward.
Okay.
So no sound could pass.
Neat.
Yeah. It's a well. It's great.
Got it.
Bad news for Rand.
Oh, yes.
Because that means that in the meeting tonight, Cadsuane can channel and Rand
Right.
can't.
Can Rand bring Nynaeve?
To what? To do what?
To the meeting.
I mean, hypothetically, but like to what end?
Well, I don't know. What's Rand actually worried about?
I mean, I don't know. Spanking? Like, I don't know. Cadsuane is...
Oh, and Nynaeve would be for that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like, generally speaking, what's Cadsuane going to do? I don't know. She's an old grandmother, so she's going to spank you with a wooden spoon or something. Like, that's...
Well, she could just do that without the power.
Well, I mean, to Rand, it's like...
She still could, and she probably would.
Okay, that's fair. I'll buy that.
Okay, but whatever.
Yeah.
I guess.
Anyways.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing. That's
cool.
Cool. Those are cool jubals.
Very cool. Very cool.
Now, their conversation is interrupted because the innkeeper comes up to give them a letter that was delivered for Rand this morning.
You know, this is my favorite part of the chapter. Not the letter. The innkeeper's reaction to Varen coming around and asking about Rand.
Okay, well, here's my thing, too, though.
What?
Rand thinks that it was Varen.
Yeah.
He assumes that it was Varen, but the innkeeper says some woman came around asking about him.
Yeah.
And he also has this suspicious letter from mystery person.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it's funny.
We can assume it's Varen, but also in the back of our heads we should note that maybe other people are coming around asking about Rand.
Well, especially because the innkeeper tells Min to be careful about women inquiring about Rand because Rand is pretty.
Yes.
And if it was Varen who came around asking, it's like, you think that little old Varen is going to be like,
It was suspicious for me. I was like, really? We're just going to assume it's Varen here?
I am going to officially ship the Varen-Rand romance novel.
Yeah, no.
In the romantic Farmatting 10th best romance
it's
novel.
also very forbidden because Varen shouldn't even be here.
Right?
She has
Exiled.
to use her fake name.
Oh, it was a romance exile somehow.
Oh my god.
It all adds up.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, I'm thinking
Okay.
not Varen.
Okay.
This is very cleverly set up to make us think that this
Okay.
is obviously Varen because she was in inns asking of him.
Right.
Why would she go to the inn he's staying at?
Yeah, no, that's
ask
all.
about
Yeah.
him.
So it literally could be like a woman delivery person, or it could be the person. This is the real question: is who wrote the note? That's the question. So let's get to the note.
Yes.
There's a note.
She gives it to Min, even though it's addressed to Rand.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Your fun fact about Ebou Dar, you called it matriarchal, I think.
Well, I didn't call it that.
Okay. Well, you said that in the fun fact.
Yeah,
and you said it's...
Robert Jordan called it the only true matriarchy in the lot.
Uh-huh. And then you said it was very women-centric. Those are your words, I think.
Okay, yeah, I think so.
And so my issue here is that it's not just, women are in charge.
Yeah.
It's the women are in charge and also look down on all men.
Yeah.
And think that they're all scum and think that they're much better than all men in all regards.
Yeah.
And that's also problematic.
No, yeah, I agree.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe women-centric isn't the best way, but it's
well,
like they're
and
the bankers,
also,
they're the merchants, they're the
we're calling it a
innkeepers.
matriarchy, but, a matriarchy just means, women are in charge, but does that also mean we hate men and think they're stupid and can't do anything?
I don't know, if you read Aes Sedai, then yes. I don't know. I
I
don't have a good answer.
Uh-huh.
But here's the thing. Min gets the letter. She opens his mail, which
Which
is a
don't
federal
do.
offense.
Felony.
Come
That's a
on.
felony.
Right there. Boom. Straight to jail. And then
Straight
she
to
reads
jail.
it. And then Rand gets a flash in his mind through the bond, and she goes to, crumple it and throw it in the fire.
Fast. And Min's fast.
Yeah,
But
Rand
Rand is faster.
got those border reflexes.
Jumps over to snatch it from her before she can throw it, and he's all annoyed.
Yep.
And she says, "Don't be a fool."
Yeah.
He's like, "I promised Varen I would try not to be."
It's like, don't throw it in the
Yeah.
Why? This seems like
I
important
know.
information
it's
here.
It's really important information, but she knows he's gonna be a fool.
Yeah. Well, maybe. It's not a trap if you know it's a trap, right? That's what Nynaeve and
that's Nynaeve's favorite thing.
Right?
Ugh.
Okay.
It feels like a pretty big
All the clues point
and
to
I'm
Tyr.
very concerned.
Yeah.
We're just gonna go walk into the trap.
Are you concerned? Or are you excited?
I'm so excited. I'm so excited.
There's only 3 chapters left. What do you want to happen here?
I know.
Not go to this inn?
I know. Okay.
Let's talk about the letter. Okay.
Rand smooths out the note. He doesn't recognize the spidery writing.
Okay.
And there's no signature.
Ooh, okay.
But it says, "I know who you are, and I wish you well, but I also wish you gone from Farmadding. The Dragon Reborn leaves death and destruction where he steps. I know why you are here too. You killed Rochade, and Kismin is also dead. Torval and Gedwyn have taken the top floor above a bootmaker named Zerum on Blue Carp Street, just above the Ilian Gate. Kill them and go, and leave Farmadding in peace."
Ooh, okay.
Now, I actually want, in my heart, to believe it's not a trap.
Okay.
And it's actually just some...
Do it and go.
Just some person who, legitimately is concerned about Rand's presence here.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Farmadding literally has the whole issues with previous false dragons.
Yeah.
Where they're like, go away. Go away.
Yeah.
But who knows that Kismin is dead? Who knows who Rochade and Kismin are?
Yeah.
These are very specific names. Who
Yeah.
knows Torval and Gedwyn?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Cadsuane?
That'd be a pretty power move.
Pretty power move. Or pretty good
Pretty power. Pretty powerful.
Pretty
power
powerful move.
Pretty power, yeah.
Anyway, I have no idea. I don't know, actually.
Any guesses? Throw some names
I just said
out there.
Cadsuane.
More guesses. Anybody else?
No.
Okay.
Someone we don't know?
Sure.
Someone
sure.
we do know.
I like it. Both sides of that.
Yeah.
That's good. That almost encompasses everybody.
The thing that makes the most sense in my mind is it's a trap.
Okay.
But I kind of don't want it to be.
Could it be Gedwyn and Torval?
That would be pretty funny.
That would be a good who would set a trap if not the two guys?
For sure they're in on. Yeah, they know. Or it's somebody else. Like, Gedwin and Torvald could be gone, long gone.
Yeah.
And it's someone who just wants to corner Rand.
Okay.
Like Padden Fane.
Padden Fane.
Where's Padden Fane? It's Padden Fane.
Padden Fane wrote the note.
No.
Well, he would know Kisman is dead.
He would know Kisman is dead.
Yeah. Would he know all the other names?
Yeah, he would. He knows shit somehow.
Yeah, okay.
He knew who to kill.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
Rand is mine. Don't try to get him, right?
Yeah.
Like, he knew.
He knows stuff.
He does. Okay, those are my guesses.
Why would he want Rand to not be... Like, Rand's a channeler. And if you as a non-channeler are going to try and kill a channeler, you'd probably want to be somewhere where the channeler can't channel. Right?
Yeah.
Why would Padden Fane want him to leave Farmading?
He doesn't. It's a trap.
It's a trap. Oh, that's right. You did say that.
It's
right.
not a truthful note.
No, I get that. I get that now.
If it's from
okay.
Padden Fane, it's not a real note.
So you're telling me that he's
Padden
lying.
Fane lies?
He's lying in the note.
Liar.
Oh, man. I gotta, yeah, okay.
Okay. Well, anyway, at this point, Rand thinks that he has hours of daylight remaining in the day.
Enough time to go kill a couple of fools.
Before he meets Cadsuane. And it feels like a good day to kill some rogue dark friendy Asherman.
Yeah, it does.
So let's see. Let's see if that's actually what's happening here.
Okay. What's the worst thing that could happen from this situation? Worst case scenario, you know?
Min dies.
Whoa! Okay. You're going like nuclear.
If like Min goes too? She wouldn't though.
No.
He wouldn't let her go.
No.
Worst case scenario, Rand gets like trapped.
Okay.
Somehow.
Yeah.
Like Rand gets kidnapped again or something.
Rand gets kidnapped again. He gets put in a cell because he can't channel here.
That's bad.
Rand
is getting carted off to the White Tower.
In a little rucksack on someone's back.
Yeah, but as soon as we leave Farmading, he can channel again. That's true. Unless they shield... Oh, no, they
bring the Aes Sedai here.
Because women can channel before men can, leaving Farmading. So they could put a shield on him before he can even channel. Maybe.
Okay. There's options here. This could go very wrong.
Oh, there's
for
so
him.
many. Yeah, there's a lot here. I just want to read on. Tell me the title of the next chapter.
Okay. Blue Carp Street.
Blue Carp Street.
I think he's going there.
We're going for it.
Maybe.
We're definitely going to kill some people. It's a beautiful day to kill people. Let's go. Let's go. Let's try. Let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Give it a go. Here we
got it. We got to go for it.
There's no time left in this book.
There's no time. We got to go. So before we all try to go ahead and get the heck out of where we are currently, I'm going to say that this is part of the pattern now.
Yeah, it's part of the pattern.
All right, that'll do it for us tonight. But thanks so much for listening, everyone. The Wheel Weaves is hosted by Danny and Brett, edited by Danny, produced by Danny and Brett with Passion Socks, Cody Felt, Moltude, Benjamin, Michelle O'Brien, Jonathan Reese, Jamie Young, Megan Smiley, Marta Thier, Margaret, Charlie Haz, Hannah Green, Lance Barden, Elspeth Ahola, Jared Berg, and Adam, with music by Audionautics. Be sure to check out our Patreon page if you're interested in supporting us and the podcast. We'd love to send you some Patreon exclusive merchandise as a thank you, plus you'll gain access to our episodes earlier than everyone else. And at the time of this recording, we have over 40 bonus episodes for your listening pleasure. You can find all that and more at patreon.com/thewheelweavespodcast. For general information about our show and information like how to send us shot glasses, how to join our Discord, and how to get in touch with us, visit thewheelweavespodcast.com. Plus, find us on social media on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at The Wheel Weaves Podcast. And as always, be sure to give us a 5-star review because it really does make a huge difference in helping other people find us. And be sure to tell a friend, Riyadh, because referrals really are the best compliment. Thanks again for listening. This really is part of the pattern now.